How much does a personal injury attorney cost to hire? If you've been injured in an accident, one of the first questions you probably have is, how much is it going to cost to hire a lawyer? And it's a fair question, especially when you're already dealing with medical bills, missed work, and everything else that comes with an injury. But here's what most people don't realize. You may not have to pay anything upfront to get legal help. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how personal injury lawyer fees work, what contingency fees really mean, and what you can expect to pay, if anything, to get your case started. If you're wondering whether hiring a lawyer is even worth it, this will give you a clear answer. And remember, not only are there no upfront costs, but Zoll Kranz also offers free, no-obligation consultations for anyone who's been injured and wants to understand their options. How much does it cost to hire a personal injury lawyer? This is usually the first question people ask, and the answer is simpler than most expect. In most personal injury cases, you don't pay anything up front. Instead, lawyers typically work on a contingency fee, meaning they only get paid a percentage of your recovery if you recover compensation. Some attorneys use other billing methods, like hourly rates, but that's much less common in injury cases. What is a contingency fee? Most personal injury lawyers work on what's called a contingency fee, meaning they only get paid if you win or settle your case. Typically, that fee is a percentage of the recovery, often somewhere in the range of about 1/3 to 40%, depending on the case. In many agreements, if there's no recovery, you don't owe attorney fees, but it's still important to understand how case costs and expenses are handled. Some firms also adjust their percentage if a case becomes more complex, like going to trial. We will explain why. The bottom line, make sure you clearly understand the fee structure up front so you know exactly what to expect. What affects personal injury lawyer fees? The biggest factor in cost is how complex your case becomes. Cases that require more work, like hiring experts, gathering detailed evidence, or building long-term damage models, naturally involve more time and resources. If a case moves into litigation, trial, or even appeal, the workload increases significantly, which can impact the overall fee structure. That's why it's important to understand upfront. The more involved your case is, the more it takes behind the scenes to build and win it. Keep in mind, as a case becomes more complex and costs increase, your attorney is also factoring those expenses into the value of your claim, working to ensure that those costs don't come out of your share of the compensation. Understanding legal fee structures in your contract. When you hire a personal injury lawyer, the fee agreement will outline exactly how your attorney gets paid, and it's important to understand it. Some contracts use a flat contingency percentage, like 33% or 40%, no matter how the case resolves. Others use a tiered structure where the percentage increases if the case moves further along. For example, a lower percentage if it settles early and a higher percentage if it goes to trial or appeal. These structures reflect the additional time, risk, and resources required as a case becomes more complex. The key takeaway: read the agreement carefully, and if anything is unclear, ask your attorney to walk you through it. You should fully understand how fees work before moving forward. Do court costs come out of your pockets? In most personal injury cases, you're not paying court costs out of pocket as the case is happening. Typically, your attorney will front those costs, things like filing fees, expert witnesses, depositions, and trial expenses, and then recover them from the final settlement or verdict. Just as important, experienced injury lawyers factor those costs into the value of your case from the start. When they're building a demand, they're not just looking at your medical bills and lost wages. They're also accounting for future costs, non-economic damages, and the expenses required to prove your case. In some cases, attorneys may use valuation methods, including damage multipliers or similar frameworks, to help estimate what a fair overall recovery should look like. The goal is to pursue a result that fully covers your losses and the cost of getting there, not one where expenses eat into what you recover. That said, every firm handles costs a little differently, so it's important to ask how expenses are managed and when they're deducted, so you know exactly what to expect. What happens if you don't win? One of the biggest advantages of a contingency fee is this. If you don't win your case, you typically don't owe any attorney fees. In most situations, your lawyer also absorbs the cost of the time and resources they put into the case, meaning they take on the financial risk alongside you. That's intentional. It ensures that attorneys are selective about the cases they take and are fully invested in the outcome. In other words, your lawyer is only getting paid if you get paid, which aligns their incentive with getting you the best possible result. Other types of legal fee structures, less common. While most personal injury cases use contingency fees, there are a few other fee structures you might hear about, though they're much less common in injury cases. 1. Hourly fees. You pay the lawyer for the time they spend on your case, typically billed by the hour. This is more common in business or criminal defense matters. 2. Flat fees. A set price for handling a specific legal task. This is rarely used in personal injury cases because outcomes and workloads can vary so much. 3. Retainer agreements. An upfront payment that the lawyer draws from as they work. If the retainer runs out, you may need to replenish it. The key thing to know, these structures are not typical for personal injury cases. Most injury clients choose contingency arrangements because they eliminate upfront costs and shift the financial risk away from the client. How much does a consultation cost? Consultation costs can vary depending on the law firm. Some attorneys charge for consultations, and others may require a certain level of commitment before offering a full case evaluation. In some cases, the initial meeting may be limited unless you move forward with representation. That said, many personal injury firms offer consultations at no cost. Zoll Kranz provides completely free, no obligation, and confidential consultations for anyone who has been injured due to another party's negligence or wrongful actions, giving you the opportunity to understand your options without any pressure or upfront commitment. How to get a free legal consultation. Getting started is simple. You can visit toledolaw.com and use the chatbot to share a few details about your situation. From there, a member of our team will reach out to schedule your free consultation. Or, if you prefer to speak with someone directly, you can call 419-827-3194 to connect with the Zoll Kranz team. Either way, you'll get clear answers and guidance on your next steps at no cost to you.